that was just a thrill. And then, of course, Janie had some records going at that time, and of course, she went on to be a big star, and that was just great.
And so, I believe it was in 1988 that you released the song Americana, correct?
That's right. And before that, I left Columbia and went with MCA Curb. And I had several songs there. I had You Haven't Heard Last of Me, which was a top 10. And then I recorded Till I'm Too Old to Die Young. And that's been probably one of the biggest records I've ever had. And then we recorded Americana, and that has been a big one for us, too. And
Americana, some might remember, listening out there, actually became then presidential candidate, well, I guess he was vice president then, to George H.W. Bush's campaign theme song, didn't it?
That's right, in 1988. And I campaigned with him, became very close friends, and I'm still very close to the president and Barbara Bush. They're dear friends.
So, how did that song become his theme song?
Well, I don't know exactly how they found it, but they were playing it. They would do like bus tours through different towns and stop and do rallies. And they were playing it on a loudspeaker on top of the buses as they went through the little towns. And they contacted me and told me what they were doing, if I would be interested in coming out. And I said, sure. So I came out on the trail there, on the campaign trail, and did a lot of campaign stops where I would sing it, and a lot of times introduced the president. And it was just a thrill. Myself and Crystal Gale and Loretta Lynn was on that deal, too.
Oh, okay.
And we just had a lot of fun.
Now, you also played at President Bush's presidential inauguration, as well as playing at the White House a couple times, too. That must have been a real thrill for you, too. That was a thrill. That was really great. And I spent the night in the White House several times, and it was just a big thrill. And the power of our music is amazing. You just never know when you record a song how powerful it can be. And I think that's it can be powerful in a good way and powerful in a bad way. And you got to be careful what you record. Make sure you record something good, you know. Sure. Yeah, great words of wisdom. And so I guess 4 years later, 2 years later, 1991, you opened up your own theater in Branson, Missouri, the Moe Bandy Americana Theater. That's right. And actually, I still live in Branson, still do shows. I kept the theater for about 4 years and sold the theater. And I perform in other theater. Right now, I'm performing in Jim Stafford's theater. I'm very excited about that. And I'm still in Branson. I've been there for many years, and I love it. I'm there about 8 months out of the year, and then I travel the rest of the year. And so I still get a chance to get out on the road and see the folks. And so I guess you were really one of the first artists to make Branson, Missouri a real tourist attraction and a country music venue, place on the map. Well, there were several before me, but I was one of the first. But there were several before me that Roy Clark and Mickey Gilley, Neil Tillis, several of them, and several of them come in just a year before I did. But we were the national people that were known nationally, I should say, first ones to start in Branson. And now, right now, I have a wonderful product in my hands, a 3-disc CD box set that you released, I think it was 2 years ago now. It's a greatest hits, 2 CD greatest hits collection, along with a new recording that you recorded along with the release. Sorry, I lost myself there for a second. Along with the release of this album. And so, would you mind telling us a little bit about this project? Well, I met a guy named Dennis Money in Nashville, and together we have a publishing company called Moe Bandy. But Dennis is a great producer, great songwriter, singer, everything. He's a nice guy. I met Dennis, and he agreed to do
couple things with me with Evergreen Records. We've recorded, and we're having a ball. We're going back in actually next month and record some more. So, but I'm very proud of this album and the box set we put out, and it's been doing very well for us.
And this box set and many other CDs of yours are available on your website, correct?
Right, correct. On moebandy.com, we've got everything, or I say we've got a lot of them. We don't have everything, but we're in the process of working on it. We're going to make it even better. But eventually, I want to try to have it where we can get almost all of the songs I've recorded over the years.
Yeah, that would be great. It's this album, this box set is certainly a great musical treasure. I've been playing songs from it all evening on this show tonight, and it's
well, thank you. I appreciate that, and that's kind of all of it put together right there.
Oh, you're very welcome. And now, Mo, I'd like to ask your opinion on this. You have always performed honky-tonk country music and have stuck to that real traditional country music. Do you have an opinion on sort of the current state of country music? Modern country, as you would say?
Well, it's different. It's totally different. They've gone back. A lot of it has gone back to the rockabilly sound, you might call it. And it's different. It's just different than a lot of stuff we did. But there's some good artists out there and some great players and singers, and like any other time in our music, you see changes and it goes around. And I think eventually it'll come back to traditional country.
I think so too, and I don't know how it can't with great artists like you still putting out such wonderful recordings.
Well, I hope so, and there's some of them right now, some young people that are just really great. And I think eventually, country music, traditional country music, will be rare. And when it is, that's when it'll come back, and because it'll be different.
Amen to that. And Mr. Moe Bandy, thank you so much for appearing here on my radio show this evening. It's been a true honor to have you.
My pleasure, and I've really enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you. I think we're going to take a listen to now. It's a cheating situation, and thank you again.
All right.